Hey guys, how you doing? Ron Raymond here from the Raymond Report with your free NBA basketball previews and predictions for Friday. It is March 3rd. Hope you have yourself a good start to the weekend. As always, don't forget, subscribe to our channel by tapping that notification bell in the top right-hand corner, or hit the subscribe button below this video if you are using a mobile device. Today's podcast is brought to you by your good friends right here at ATSStats.com. Come and kick the tires and check out the free NBA Stats Raymond Report Lite version of the Raymond Report. And all you got to do is go to NBA, free NBA Stats, and when you get to this page right here, you're going to see a pull-down menu in the top right-hand corner. Click on this pull-down menu. It's going to take you to all the games you want to see, and you will get the free Raymond Report. In fact, you'll love the stats and trends at the bottom, and give it a shot at ATSStats.com. All right, let's talk about the SBI, the Sports Betting Index, and if you've been following the Raymond Report the last 7 days or so, I've been talking about expect a pullback in the NBA, and we got it. We got it the last 3 days. In fact, the last 4 days. 3 of the last 4 days, the underdogs have won against the point spread, but they were having a good run until they hit this date right here, February 27th. Now the underdogs, and again, guys, I say it all the time, and I know I'm a broken record, but what goes up must come down. You got to follow the markets. Favorites can't win forever. Underdogs can't win forever. You got to find those neutral markets. That's where you make your money. And just think about it this way, right? If you got 100 people in the room, the bookmaker's job is what? Get 50 betting on the home team, 50 betting on the road team, and they'll make their figure with the 10%. But look at this, right? And here's another example. Proof's in the pudding. And the one thing the bookmakers can't control when it comes to the teams is the straight-up factor, right? They don't have the equalizer, and the equalizer is the point spread. They do have the equalizer to control the point spread record, but from a straight-up point of view, that's all on the team, right? And so far this year, but the thing they can't control is they can tell you who the favorite is. And right now, the favorites, 63.6% of the favorites have won straight up this year, compared to 36.5% for the underdogs. But when it comes to the point spread, yeah, that's where the bookmakers have got the balance, right? 49.5, 50.6. And when it comes to the over-under, 65.3% of the NBA games the last 7 days have gone under the total. And on the season, there's that old Jerry Seinfeld episode of Even Steven, right? 50-50, 50-50, and the butchers are they're smiling like a butcher's dog right now because they're doing a good job balancing the books. All right, let's get to the NBA computer picks. And we'll kick it off in Charlotte with the Hornets taking on the Orlando Magic. The Magic coming off a loss to the Milwaukee Bucks in their last game. 139-117 was the final in that one. While the Hornets, they lost to Kevin Durant and the Phoenix Suns. And we'll see how that turns out in the next few weeks. Today, Charlotte Hornets, a 3.5-point home underdog. 227.5 is the total, and we are going to lean with the visiting team, and that's the Orlando Magic. 115-110, the over-under at 226.74. So we do like this game to stay under the total, and the last 5 games for the Hornets have gone under the total. Brooklyn Nets taking on the Boston Celtics in Beantown tonight at the TD Gardens. And you can see Boston a minus 11-point favorite. 228 is the total. And we are going to lean with the Boston Celtic right there in the bookmaker's line of 11. 119-108, the over-under at 228.8. So we do like this game to go a hair over the total. Bookmakers all over this number right now. 84.6% of the chance of winning does favor the Boston Celtics. And for the Brooklyn Nets, they're coming in on a 4-game losing streak. Portland Trailblazers taking on the Atlanta Hawks with their new head coach, Quinn Snyder, taking the helm in the ATL. Minus 6.5 is the total. 241 is the 6.5 is the side. 241.5 is the total. And we are going to lean with the Atlanta Hawks in this one by 2. 128-126, the over-under at 255.3. So we do like this one to be an all-star game and go over the total. Portland coming in on a 2-game losing streak, while the last 3 games for Atlanta have gone over the total. New York Knicks on a great heater right now. In fact, they're 7-game win streak straight up and against the point spread. 9-1 in their last 10 games straight up and against the number. And tonight we had them listed at minus 306 on our value index, and the bookmakers right there at minus 2.5 against the Miami Heat. Miami Heat, for their standards, not having a really great year, right? For Miami Heat standard, 33-30 on the year, coming off a loss to the Sixers, 119-96. But we're going to give them another L here today on the show. 107.6 favoring the New York Knicks. So we're going to lean with New York in this one. And again, guys, if why lay 2.5? Just bet pay the other $20. Play the money line. Don't sweat that 2.5 at the end if you like the New York Knicks here tonight. The Phoenix Suns taking on the Chicago Bulls. Now the Phoenix Suns with newly acquired Kevin Durant in the lineup. So we'll see. Let's just see how this is going to turn out in the next 3 weeks. And, man, you got a good lineup right there. Chris Paul, Booker, now you got Durant. Man, it's looking pretty good right now, right? I know Phoenix Suns fans weren't too sure there a couple of weeks ago, but maybe Kevin Durant gives them a new life here with the Phoenix Suns. 113-109 we have as the final. -4 is the line. I did have -1.6, but keep in mind that was prior games ago when Durant was not in the lineup, so make your adjustments accordingly. And again, we do like the Suns. 113-109. Utah Jazz taking on the Oklahoma City Thunder. Now the Thunder coming into this one as a 1.5 point home underdog. The over-under at 231.5, and we are going to lean with the road team, and that's the Utah Jazz. 114.5, 112.1. The over-under at 226.7. So we do like this game to stay under total. Looking at the Oklahoma City Thunder on a 5-game losing streak, while the last 5 games for the Jazz have gone under the total. And the Kogo on this game here tonight is at 55%. Kogo stands for chance of game going over the total based on the law of average theory at the Rim Report. All right, low scoring affair. This is looks like a mistake right here, but we'll go on with the show. -4 is the line. 230.5 is the total. We have a 96.3, 91.9 for New Orleans, 188 as the total. So yeah, I don't know about this here on the computer pick, but we'll have to go and recheck the come back and recheck. I'll have to regenerate the stats to see if this is and this is what happens when you do these shows and you're dealing with computers. Sometimes we don't catch everything, but I got a feeling that when I regenerate the stats, I might get another score. So come back to the site. Hey, this is one way to get you back to the site if you want to see the score. Go to NBA free picks, and I'll see if when I regenerate the stats, if we have a new number right here. All right, Memphis Grizzlies taking on the Denver Nuggets. -5 is the line. 234 is the total, and we are going to lean with Denver in this one. 117-113, the over-under at 231.7. So we do like this game to stay under the total. Memphis coming off a 3-game straight up and ATS win streak. Last 5 have gone under, while Denver off a win over the Houston Rockets, 133-112. And I'm going to break down this game in full detail using the premium tip sheet here at the Rim Report, and you don't want to miss that in just a few minutes. LA Clippers taking on the Kings. We got the Clippers winning this one. Clippers coming off a loss last night to Golden State, 115-91. Yeah, that's a spanking right there. And they're on a 4-game straight up and ATS losing streak, while the Kings, they won their last game, 123-117. And we're going to lean with Sacramento by 2 here tonight, 128-126. The over-under at 255.33. That's a high-scoring affair. And we got the Lakers taking on the T-Wolves, and we're going to lean with Mini in this one. Minnesota 119, LA 114, the over-under at 233.4. So we do like this one to go over the total. Looking at the numbers for Minnesota, they are 4-6 straight up and against the number in the last 10, while the Lakers in their last 10 games hitting 500, 5-5 straight up, 5-5 against the number. And looking at the Kogo here tonight, it's at a high 68%. All right, let's talk about that game between the Memphis Grizzlies and the Denver Nuggets. Now, the bookmakers making Denver a 5-point home court favorite. 234 is the total, and we do have 117-113, the over-under, landing on 231. You can see in the last 10 games, you got a team that's pretty bullish here. Actually, both teams are bullish, and that means they're either 5-2. In fact, if you go to the Rim Report, you scroll right down here. The Performance Value Index, bullish, neutral, and bearish. It tells you what the cycle's all about. I look at sports. I look at sports teams, how they go through a season. They can't win all the time. They can't lose all the time. And, you got 3 outcomes. You're either bullish, when you look at a team, there's a confidence level, right? How they're playing. And if you're bullish, that means you're 7-0, 6-1, 5-2 straight up in your last 7 games. If you're neutral, win 1, lose 1 type thing, 3-4, 4-3 in the last 7. And if you're very bearish, you're 0-7, 1-6, 2-5 in your last 7. And right now, you got 2 teams that are pretty bullish. That's because in their last 7 games, you can see here 6-1 and 5-2 respectively, favoring Denver, who's 6-1. And at home against those 8-type teams that have a 60 or higher win percentage, the Denver Nuggets are 4-0 straight up against the number. And look at the Memphis on the road against those 8-type teams that have a 60 or higher win percentage. Not too good. 1-5 straight up and against the number, and that's on the road. And if you look at the history, when Memphis travels to Denver, playing in an altitude, 2-8 straight up, 4-6 against the number, and they got the Clippers on deck, and they're only 9-22 before playing the Clippers, while Denver, they got Toronto on deck. So let's take a look right down here. And again, you're looking here at the Rim Report premium tip sheet on all the every game. We have the tip sheet here. and you look for the check mark. So here's an interesting fact, and these are some of the trends. Anytime Memphis is on the road against a 61 to 70% win percentage team, they're 12-4 straight up. Yeah, so that's pretty good right there. And let me see, for Denver, yeah, we got a lot of check marks here on Denver. Coming off a win this year, 15-8-1 against the number when they're at home, coming off a win. And what about the over-unders? Let me see if I got any good over-unders. Any NBA road team this year playing a team with a 61 to 70 win percentage, the road team have seen the under hit 6-12 to the under. So what is that, 66% to the under? That's pretty decent right there. And this is the Rim Report Premium Tip Sheet. It's a lot of information. In fact, if you scroll right down to the bottom, you also get the scoring averages of their last game versus division opponents, after a win, after a loss. It's a very detailed tip sheet. I can spend about 3 hours just going through all this game here, but I don't think you guys want to sit for 3 hours, right? Again, the Rim Report tip sheet, you can get it right here at atsstats.com. All right, let's get to your stats and trends of the day. And your number one stat here today is going to be the Boston Celtics. Yeah, anytime they're 10.5 or 10 or more home favorite in the month of March since 1996, they are 25-1 straight up, and that's good for 96.1%. And that is your stat of the day, courtesy of 80% Club at atsstats.com. Now, speaking of more stats and information, here's your number one sports betting option. And today, your number one situational handicapping spot is the Orlando Magic, a C-type team who's a 3.5-point favorite against Charlotte. Neutral, 52 days. You know what? We talked about that, right? Team that neutral means they're 3-4, 4-3 in their last 7 games. Well, they've been like that. They've been win one, lose one for almost 2 months. So that's what you look for when you want to bet on a team. You're looking for something that's consistent. Well, they consistently win, they consistently lose. So neutral 52 days, that's pretty good. And when they play those C-type teams, 54%, which is very good for a C-type team. And then on the road this year, 11-21. Not a great record compared to 15-16 at home. -1 was my line, so they're overvalued. And again, if you like Orlando tonight, I would play the money line on the Magic. And the chance of winning this game straight up, 55%. That is your number one betting option today at the Rim Report. All right, folks, have yourself a great weekend. I'll be back on Monday. I take the weekends off now. They got to recharge the batteries on the weekend, and I'll be back here on Monday. Hopefully, and again, if you want to get the Rim Report light version, go to the website on the weekend, go to NBA, free NBA stats, and you will get the Rim Report light all weekend, and kick the tires, and hopefully we can help you win some money. In the meantime, have a great weekend, and we'll see you back on a Cash Out Monday. Cheers.